For the last video in this series, we're going to look at some of the ways that scammers use peer-to-peer payment methods. We'll also talk about some of the things that you can do if you or someone you know has experienced a scam utilizing peer-to-peer payment methods. My name's Jessica Zawatsky. Let's get started.
Just like crypto scams, the scams that we encounter using peer-to-peer payment methods aren't really different or new. Rather, the difference is that instead of asking for gift cards or a wire transfer, scammers are now asking for payment through apps like Cash App or Zelle. As we learned in our last video, using peer-to-peer payment methods can be really convenient because it's so quick and you can use a variety of funding sources all in one place. However, there is far less fraud and customer service support when you use a peer-to-peer payment method, making them a very attractive option for scammers. Let's look at some real-life examples of scams that use peer-to-peer payment methods that we received here on the ElderWatch helpline. Many peer-to-peer payment method scams involve online marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Let's look at an example. In this example, our caller was trying to sell a desk on Facebook Marketplace. Someone told her that they were going to send money for the desk through Venmo. So let's say the desk was $100. The scammer said that they would send $1,000 because they needed to send at least $1,000 in order for the transaction to work. The person, the would-be buyer, said that they sent the money, but the consumer didn't receive it. The would-be buyer, though, insisted that they sent the money. They now claim that our caller owes them $1,000. They're harassing her and they're starting to make threats. This is a common scam involving peer-to-peer payments. Sometimes the scammer will overpay the individual. Sometimes they'll claim that if they're the person selling an item, they didn't receive the money and they'll ask for the money again. Or sometimes, like in this example, they'll make up a story that doesn't really make sense because they're banking on the fact that peer-to-peer payment methods aren't as well known. Let's look at another example. This time we're going to talk about an employment scam. Employment scams can take on all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes they are for remote work. Sometimes it is for the promise of something in person. We could get a lot of reshipping scams, but this scam also utilizes peer-to-peer payments. In this scam, our caller saw an ad on Facebook about a craft fair, and the ad was selling booths on a website. Our caller went to the website and got in touch with the person who allegedly was in charge of vendor booths. Our caller sent money to the person through Zelle. Unfortunately, she later found out that this was a scam when there was no craft fair and the webpage disappeared. Again, this is not a new scam. We see many different types of employment-related scams on the ElderWatch helpline. The twist is that this individual had to pay first via a peer-to-peer payment app. So if you have experienced a scam that utilizes P2P, is there anything that you can do about it? Unfortunately, there's very little that can be done when an individual uses a peer-to-peer payment method to pay a scammer. Because payments are instantaneous, you really can't cancel them once they've been sent out. According to Venmo specifically, when you send a payment on Venmo, the money will be sent to the recipient right away. There isn't a way to cancel a payment. Now, technically, these platforms do have support teams, but due to the nature of peer-to-peer payments, there isn't much that they can do once the money has been sent. However, it doesn't hurt to try. So if you have experienced a scam involving a peer-to-peer payment, definitely reach out to the associated support team. In rare cases, you may be able to work with your bank or your credit card company to recover money from the funding source, but again, these cases are pretty rare. Remember to report to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and if the scam originated online, remember to report to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center. You might not get your money back, but these steps might help somebody else not experience the same scam. Additionally, if you met this scammer or found out about the scam on social media, you should report the scammer or the scam to the social media company. For friends and family, peer-to-peer is great. Let's say that you're out to dinner with friends, and instead of spending time slicing up the bill, one person pays for it all. Within seconds, everyone can just repay their generous friend before your post-meal coffee is even done. Or perhaps you forgot to get someone a gift for their birthday and you want to send them money to get their hair done. Since peer-to-peer payments are so quick, as soon as you remember that you forgot, the money will be in their account. And that's a wrap for today. If you do feel that you have experienced a scam that utilizes a peer-to-peer payment method, definitely go ahead and give us a phone call. Our phone number is 800-222-4444. Select option 2. My name is Jessica Zawadsky. For all of us at ElderWatch, thank you for joining. We'll catch you next time. Bye.